say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Miami Heat here in Miami. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. We'll look at Cleveland. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the Miami Heat a game behind.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
Well, they were in everyone's crosshairs, and they've actually outperformed some of those predictions. That is not easy to do with a target on your back.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. The rim protectors standing tall for him, Mobley and Allen. The wing set for him, Mitchell and Hunter. And it's Garland in at the point guard position. And for the Heat, out in the wings for him, it's Powell and Wiggins. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. And it's Mitchell in at the one. Well, we got just a few games, Tim, in the books. Is it too early to come to major conclusions with what we've seen so far?
Well, Kevin, I know off of these early results, we want to go ahead and jump to later in the year. And that's the nature of the job. People want to know, and they want us to evaluate and predict, but an awful lot is going to change in this league for all of these teams over the next several months.
Can't wait to watch it. Garland against Mitchell. Hunter, no one around him, sinks the triple.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. We discussed Evan Mobley and how we wanted to defend him coming into this matchup. He said, quote, to make him settle for jumpers, we don't want him getting easy buckets or deep inside positioning. That's when you get into trouble. We'll see how good the resilience is against him tonight. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Now, here's Hunter. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go. And it's Allen slamming it down.
At 6'11", Allen, a legitimate threat to finish through the rim, especially when given that kind of position.
And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
Now, here's Hunter. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go. For three, Mitchell. It's rebounded by Jovic.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Wiggins passes to Mitchell. Drives to the hoop. Misses the layup. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Allen. Good, nice job down low.
You can't have a better start than that, connecting on 4 of your first 5 field goal attempts.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Khalil Ware's checked in for Miami. Sam Merrill, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Powell, trying to end the drought. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series. And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
And, GA, you think about high skill level offensive players. Darius Garland near the very top of that list.
Well, the son of an NBA point guard in Winston Garland, Darius has been preparing for this level his entire life. And his offensive package is as polished as anyone.
Here's Merrill, following the score by Miami. Bounce pass from Garland. Hunter for three. Norman Powell with the rebound. The Heat trail by 9. Pass to Mitchell. Adebayo down low. Mobley's there. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
What a finish from Bam, a guy who has no issue playing through physical defense.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Powell. Then for the Cavaliers, Tyson's checked in. And it's Mitchell in for Sam Merrill. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer, they went out and got just that. Acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, and doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A terrific addition. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Back to you, Kev.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Here's Mitchell. Following the basket by Bam Adebayo. 5 to shoot. Mitchell wide open. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Mitchell looking it over. On the wing, Wiggins. Adebayo passes to Mitchell. Adebayo with a screen for Mitchell. No good with the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 7. And here is Mitchell. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. And that sends Donovan Mitchell to the free throw line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for Adebayo. Norman Powell comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Jaka Jonas in for Davion Mitchell. Ranked last season, the Cavaliers with 64 wins. That's the third most in franchise history.
But crushing disappointment, then losing in the second round. They knew they'd be criticized and acknowledged they need to be tougher mentally.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. The Heat trail by 7. Powell outside. From deep. And so it's Cleveland, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Cleveland.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Powell is out there with Jaka Jonas. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the 5. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And it's Mitchell missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Powell. Here's Jaka Jonas. Now Ware. No good on the 3. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Ball. No scoring in this one. The shot by Wade wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Here's Jaka Jonas. Fires for 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And the call will be against Khalil Ware. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor. And Miami making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers,
Sam Merrill comes in for Mitchell, and it's Garland in for Ball. Pass to Garland. There's a screen. Plenty of space. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
Well, that's a look you rarely see him miss.
And after playing most of his career at the center spot, Greg, do you like Bam Adebayo playing power forward?
Oh, it's great. At 6'9", I felt like he was always undersized at the pivot, making up for it with his strength and toughness, but he has the mobility and the skill to play the 4 without question.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Now here's Powell. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. 6 on the shot clock. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, Adebayo is always a threat to dunk it. He's light on his feet and extremely explosive.
There's Garland. Wade outside. To the wing right side. Here's Tyson. Jaquez defending. Tyson with the bucket. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Powell with a screen on Wade. And the basket is good. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just slashing his way to the rim. When Adebayo attacks the basket, he is so dangerous.
Pass to Nance. And here is Garland. Merrill on the wing. Goes up on the high post. Jonas grabs the rebound. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Out to Powell. The three-pointer no good. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Here's Tyson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kasparas Jonas.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Cavaliers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
First one falls for him. And last season, the Heat trading away Jimmy Butler. Tim, that ended a memorable stretch with some terrific wins.
Yeah, playoff Jimmy emerged in South Beach, a trip to the finals in 2020 as a 5 seed, and again in 2023 as an 8 seed. Underdog runs that highlighted this team's competitive will.
So, Tim, you ended your NBA career a little bit early because of knee problems, and at 34, you made the transition to broadcasting and have excelled so much. What has that journey been like?
Well, certainly, Kevin, I wish I could have played another handful of years, but you're right. The knee injury forced me into this line of work, and I'm blessed and grateful because I can stay connected to the game. I get to watch it every night with a front row seat, and hopefully I get to make people a little bit smarter about what they're watching.
Oh, you do, believe me, you definitely do. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us, an update. Allie?
Hey, well, before games, Jared Allen makes a point of fist bumping and connecting not just with the teammates and coaches, but team staff, security, ball boys. He said it's showing everybody love. They're all a part of it. I'm getting them hyped for the game, and it gets me going too. Back over to you.
All about that connection. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Following the score by Miami. Allen, a screen on Mitchell. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Tyson. And the 3 off target.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jovic passes to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
Well, his team loves to see that. Wiggins attacking with force.
Pass to Mobley. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Cavaliers ahead, up by 3. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Welcome to halftime. First things first, a look ahead at other games on the docket tonight. The Trailblazers will square off against the Magic in Orlando. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
I think this game is going to be closer than many people think.
The kind of game where the underdog often comes away with the win. Heading back to the Heat for a moment, they're right in the middle of a highly contested battle.
Playing for one another. The phrase gets overused, but tonight it's right.
Hey, we should try a harmony.
Let's
Let's do it.
Playing for
one another. The phrase gets overused. Kenny, get on beat.
But tonight, it's right.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Bam Adebayo in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
And you are going to see this defense now switch things up against him, but he has the skill set to counter that.
And here are the Heat now. They trail by 3 on the court for Cleveland. The big men on the floor for them, Mobley and Allen. The highly skilled guard pair of Garland and Mitchell. And it's Hunter in at the 3. Now, here's Garland. Norman Powell unable to get his last shot to go.
And you can see the strength right there. Mobley knows he can score through the contact.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Jovic. Now Mitchell. And it's sent back by Allen.
When attacking the rim, you have to account for Allen because he is more than willing to meet you.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
And went up and pulled it down. Mobley soaring.
Wiggins outside. There's the pick. Here's the 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And that miss makes them 0 for 4 to start this quarter. Not exactly the start they were hoping for.
Garland dishes to Allen. Off on the layup.
He was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Powell kicks to Mitchell. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Adebayo. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Adebayo's got 10 points in the game.
Adebayo's teammates encourage him to be aggressive down there. He's a very intelligent low-post scorer.
Mobley sets the pick for Garland. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
That make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
And last season, the Heat with their worst finish in a decade. Greg, it was surprising.
Well, the Jimmy Butler saga hung over the middle part of the season. The team's best player had 1 foot out the door even before they traded him. So now this team pivots towards that younger core.
Norman Powell with the rebound. The Heat have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And a quiet disposition for Andrew Wiggins. Tim, he lets his game do the talking.
Well, Kevin, his teammates love him for that reason. And remember, he was a key cog in Golden State's title in 2022, and the Warriors players and coaches had a difficult time parting with him.
That one misses for Wiggins. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
Ah, that's terrific. And Garland has it in the corner. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Hard not to like how dynamic Garland is on the floor. He's a high-energy player who works hard to maximize his impact on the game.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good.
So good at getting his team involved. Garland has become a difference maker.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Tyson's checked in. Both free throws good from Garland.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Powell outside. Pass to Adebayo. Mitchell wide open. Miami no good on that time either. Cleveland leading by 8. Hunter the pass to Garland. Here's Tyson. That drops and it comes off an assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists tonight. The Heat have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Powell down low. He's defended by Merrill. And it's good, 2 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Bounce pass from Garland. Merrill passes to Hunter. Here's Tyson. He's got 9. Shot clock at 6. They set the pick. The 3 from Garland. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game.
When you're not at your best, it is great to have teammates who will pick up the slack.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Adebayo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been aggressive from the start, and as a result, it's all come together tonight for Bam offensively.
Hunter against Wiggins. Hunter no good. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Wiggins against Hunter. Back to Wiggins. Heat moving the ball around. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
And stolen by Wiggins. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, he made the right play. It didn't have to be a highlight reel play, and that's all you can ask from any position.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Iaquinconis is out there with Powell. Then it's Khalil Ware. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. And it's Jaquez in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now Fontecchio. Following the 3-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Here's Powell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Powell's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Miami. Outside, Ball. And here's Mitchell from the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Powell, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Mitchell mowing him down.
Physical finish from Mitchell, a guy who has no problem playing through contact.
And we'll have a timeout called by Erik Spoelstra. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Nance is checked in. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Erik Spoelstra said to the team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, Allie, thanks. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Powell left side. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. Pass to Jaquez. Just 5 on the clock. Miami no good on that time either. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Cleveland. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Merrill misses the 3. The Heat trail by 10. Now Ware. It's Powell on the wing. Adebayo with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Powell, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Merrill. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Merrill's got the lead up to 11 now for Cleveland. Now Powell. Nance gets the rebound. Here's Merrill. Jaquez defending. Merrill passes the ball. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Heat. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Khalil Ware. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jaime Jaquez. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Iaquinconis. And then for Cleveland, Tyson's checked in. And it's Garland in for Mitchell. Here's Jovic. Now Mitchell. Wiggins outside. 4 on the clock. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Then it misses. Here's Tyson, covered by Wiggins. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Mitchell. Now Mobley shoots the 3. Cleared away by Adebayo. Mitchell against Garland. Here's Adebayo.
Just beautiful teamwork right there. Adebayo with perfect timing on that jump.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Hunter, he's off from 3. The Heat trail by 9. Mitchell outside. Powell outside. Adebayo got the 8-footer.
And how about Adebayo kicking it into high gear offensively?
Now Hunter deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
Now here's Allen. Now Garland. Mitchell rips down the rebound. The Heat have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Adebayo.
And Adebayo causing all sorts of problems for the defense because of his versatility offensively.
He hits the first one, and that turns the lead to 6.
Well, listen, Bam has always been a top-level defensive talent, but he's underappreciated offensively. He's a threat to drop 20 whenever he's out there, and he's a very skilled facilitator.
Both good from the line that time.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip, drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Now Hunter. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Powell with the steal. Here's Mitchell. Garland rips down the board. And an intentional foul right there. Hunter on the wing, covered by Wiggins. Now Mitchell lets loose a 3. Knocks down the 3.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Timeout called, the Heat. They trail by 8. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Here's Adebayo.
And one thing I love about Adebayo, he is never shy about drawing contact.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 7. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
5 on the clock. Strong move off the glass. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.